There's a personality type so rare, only 1 in 50 people have it. If you've ever felt like your brain works completely different from everyone else, there's a hidden reason, and it's not what you think. Stay with me. Most people think feeling different is just in their head. It's not. There's actual psychology behind why some minds operate on a different wavelength. I'm about to show you 10 signs that prove you're wired unlike 98% of the population. And by sign number 10, you'll understand why you felt like an outsider your entire life. Sign 1. You feel like a ghost among real people. Here's something strange. You can be in a room full of people and feel completely invisible. Not ignored, invisible. Like you're watching life through glass while everyone else is actually living it. This started when you were a kid. While other children connected naturally, you stood there thinking, why don't I feel what they're feeling? You weren't shy. You weren't awkward. Something deeper was happening. Even now, surrounded by friends or family, that feeling never disappeared. You're physically present, but mentally somewhere else. Here's what most people don't realize. This isn't loneliness. It's something your brain does that will explain more as we go deeper. Sign 2. You're a walking contradiction. Your brain does something most people's don't. It runs 2 completely opposite programs at the same time. One moment you're crying over a movie. 5 minutes later, you're analyzing why the plot made 0 logical sense. You're emotional, but rational. Warm, but distant. Social, but craving isolation. People ask, who even are you? And honestly, you're asking the same question. Here's the psychology. Most brains pick a lane. Yours doesn't. You set impossible standards, then procrastinate because nothing feels good enough. You want deep connection, but push people away when they get close. This isn't confusion. This is your brain processing reality on multiple levels simultaneously. And it creates a paradox that even you don't fully understand yet. Sign 3. You absorb emotions like a sponge. Someone walks into a room. They haven't said a single word, but you already know something's wrong. You feel it physically, like a weight pressing on your chest. Your friend forces a smile. I'm totally fine. Your brain isn't buying it. Because here's what's actually happening. Their emotions are transferring directly into you. Their sadness becomes your sadness. Their anxiety crawls under your skin. Most people observe emotions. You absorb them, like their feelings are contagious and you're the only one without immunity. Scientists call this hyperempathy. Your mirror neurons are firing at levels most people never experience. And here's the part nobody talks about. You can't turn it off. You walk away from conversations emotionally destroyed because you absorbed everything they were carrying. Sign 4. Small talk drains your soul. Nice weather we're having. Congratulations, you just lost 10% of your energy. Small talk doesn't bore you. It actively drains your brain like a battery dying. Here's why. Your brain is wired for depth. It craves meaning, patterns, real connection. When someone talks about weekend plans or weather, your brain literally receives no dopamine reward, 0 satisfaction. What you actually want? What keeps you awake at 3 a.m.? What's your biggest regret? What would you change if you could restart your life? Surface conversations feel like psychological torture because your brain is screaming for substance. While others are satisfied with chit-chat, yours is starving for something real. Give you 10 minutes of shallow talk, and you'll need 3 hours alone just to recover. If your brain is screaming, that's exactly me. Right now, drop INFJ in the comments. I want to see how many of you actually exist. Sign 5. You're a social chameleon. Here's something most people think is impossible. You can be completely different in every situation, but somehow still be yourself. Job interview? Professional and composed. Family dinner? Warm and funny. Alone with your best friend? Deep, raw, philosophical. People accuse you of being fake. They're wrong. Here's the psychology. Your brain reads environments in microseconds and adapts. You mirror energy, tone, expectations. It's not manipulation. It's your brain's survival mechanism. You have multiple authentic versions of yourself. The corporate you, the family you, the friend you, the real you. They're all real, but you show different fragments to different people. Here's what's fascinating. Most people have one fixed personality. Yours shifts like water taking the shape of its container. And almost nobody ever sees the complete picture. Sign 6. You predict things before they happen. Your brain is doing something in the background that most people's aren't. Someone tells you a story, you already know the ending. You meet someone new, you've read their entire personality in 5 minutes. This isn't psychic ability. It's pattern recognition on a level most humans don't access. Your brain processes micro details, facial expression, tone shifts, body language, energy changes, things others completely miss. You connect dots that seem unrelated. You see how situations will unfold before they happen. When people ask, "How did you know?" you can't explain it. Because it's not logical thinking, it's your subconscious running thousands of calculations you're not even aware of. And here's the creepy part. You're right almost every time, which honestly freaks people out. Sign 7. Purpose matters more than money. Most people work to survive. You'll mentally break without meaning. And here's why. Your brain's reward system is wired differently. A high-paying job that crushes your soul, your brain registers it as actual pain. You lie awake thinking, what's my purpose? Why am I here? How do I make impact? This isn't just philosophy. It's psychological need. Your brain literally craves meaning the way others crave food or sleep. Work without values feels like slow death because your brain receives zero dopamine from meaningless tasks. You can't fake caring about things that don't matter. While others are motivated by money or status, your brain only activates for purpose and impact. Here's the truth. You need a mission, something bigger than yourself. Anything less, and your brain starts shutting down. Sign 8. You're all in or all out. Your brain doesn't have a middle setting. When you love someone, it's 100%. When you commit to something, you pour everything in. No holding back. No half measures. But here's what happens. The second something feels wrong, your brain flips a switch. Not gradually, instantly. One moment, you're fully committed. The next, completely done. People call you extreme. Too intense. All or nothing. But here's the psychology. Your brain can't operate in gray areas. It needs clarity. Black or white. In or out. Yes or no. You refuse to sit in the middle pretending everything's fine. You'd rather burn the bridge completely than walk across it faking a smile. While others compromise and settle, your brain physically rejects that option. Sign 9. Everything feels too loud, too bright. Crowded mall? Your brain goes into overload. Bright lights? Instant headache. Loud music? You're mentally checking out in 20 minutes. Here's what's actually happening. Your nervous system processes sensory input at 10x the intensity of normal brains. What others tune out, you absorb. Every sound, every smell, every light, every conversation. It's not anxiety. It's not being dramatic. Your brain's sensory filters work differently. Most people have automatic gates that block overwhelming input. Yours doesn't. Everything comes through at full volume. Chaotic environments don't just drain you, they trigger your nervous system into emergency mode. You need quiet. You need calm. You need low stimulation, or your brain literally shuts down to protect itself. Sign 10. You cut people off permanently. First betrayal? You forgive. Your brain gives them a chance. Second time? You're hurt, but you try to fix it. Third time? Something in your brain clicks, and it's permanent. The door doesn't just close. It slams, locks, gets sealed forever. You don't yell, don't argue, don't explain. You just vanish. Phone blocked. Social media deleted. They're erased like they never existed. Here's the psychology most people miss. This isn't cruelty. It's your brain's final defense mechanism. You gave everything, tried everything, and when your emotional resources hit zero, your brain activates emergency shutdown. People think it's cold, but you know the truth. You exhausted every option, and when you're done, you're biologically done. That door will never open again. Not for apologies, not for explanations, not for anything. It's called the INFJ door slam, and it's your brain's way of saying, I protected you as long as I could. Now you know why your brain works differently. If 7 or more signs hit you, you're definitely an INFJ. Being rare isn't glamorous. You'll feel misunderstood, drained, like you're carrying everyone's emotions while nobody carries yours. But here's what most people will never understand. You see patterns they miss. You feel depths they ignore. You create meaning in a world desperate for it. Your brain processes reality on levels most people can't access. That's not a curse. That's a superpower wrapped in exhaustion. Which sign made your brain scream, finally, someone gets it? Drop the number below. If this explained your entire existence, smash subscribe. I make content for minds that work differently. And send this to another INFJ losing their mind. They need to know their brain isn't broken. Thanks for watching. Your brain is rare. Stay rare.